Jeudy's interpretation. And Jeudy, of course, anytime he's been put in front of the media, even before his name kind of became mud, I'm talking training camp, early season, he was always very clipped, right? Very short. At one point, following the one game, which game was it now that I think about? It might have been Pittsburgh, might have been the Patriots game. He was almost combative with media. And this is a weird situation because you're in like a virtual press conference. It's not as easy to be combative and kind of juicy, but he was. And so this time, he's still very clipped, doesn't really go too far out on a limb in terms of what he says, but this is interesting. On what Drew Lock told him on the sideline. Quote, Drew was just telling me it's happened to the best, so just keep your head up and just focus on the next play. Close quote. On what it means that Lock, closed ranks around him, had his back. Kept going to him, right? Zach, you reported this today in one of your articles. Jeudy was targeted 15 times. That's the most a Broncos receiver has been targeted in an individual game since 2017, early in that season, and it was Emmanuel Sanders.
Yep.
He kept going. Even on that final drive when they needed a play, he went back to Jeudy. Quote, Drew is a great teammate. He always says the right thing to keep his guys going and motivated. That's a big deal. After he told me that, I told myself, just keep pushing, keep playing. Drops will happen. It happens to some of the best. I can't just dwell on this. I've just got to find ways to fix it, close quote. So, Zach, for those out there, and God bless them, there's a lot of people I love and respect in this business, from media and also in the fan base, who say, look, Drew Lock's not showing any signs of maturity, no signs of leadership. That's leadership on a plate.
Yep. Yeah, it's exactly why some of us, like you and I, Chad, are more bullish on Drew Lock than some others. And it's a small... you don't want Lock's leadership to come out in a negative way. And in this way, it's his number one receiver for now, kind of throwing a fit on the sideline and him being upset about not having targets. And when he gets them, he's dropping them. You like to see Lock's leadership come out when they're winning, but even in a loss, even in a bad season, he's still going up to his players and rallying troops and being that spark. And for Jerry Jeudy to say that, he was at Alabama with Nick Saban, who preaches accountability and who preaches owning your mistakes. And he's as rigid and more so than Vic Fangio ever was. He makes Vic Fangio look like Club Med, Nick Saban. And you know what? He came to Denver and he's complaining and doesn't have that rock to lean on like Nick Saban. But yet, even when he's kind of going out of that, what he's been taught, out of that mold, he has someone to bring him back like Saban would, and that is his quarterback. And that's what you want to see from a leader in number 3. Again, you wished it was better context. You wish he was catching the passes, and this wasn't even an issue. But I like how Lock resonated with him. He hit home with him. And like you just saw it on the screenshot there, every other answer that Jeudy gave yesterday was 1 or 2 sentences. He was asked about Lock, and it was a paragraph. It speaks volumes about the locker room.